Hello everyone, my name is Sincerely Switch, and in today's video I'll be predicting what games and other Switch and Switch 2 related things will be announced during next week's Nintendo Direct. Now, if you do not know, we have some, I'll say rumors, but it's pretty much confirmed that we will be getting a Nintendo Direct next week, likely on Tuesday, June 9th. In today's video, I'll be breaking down some possibilities of what I think could be announced / revealed in this Direct. Now to start off this video, I'll talk about some things that we already know is happening that will likely be talked about in the Direct. First off is the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. Now, we know from these same rumors that we're getting the Direct, and the same rumors that circulated about Star Fox before that was announced, that we are likely getting a Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, so it makes sense. I'll end up shuffling this about so this is the free space, as this is pretty much guaranteed. Now, some other games we already know we're getting are Splatoon Raiders and Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I fully expect to get another trailer on Splatoon Raiders, as well as finally getting a release date for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, likely around August or September. Two other things we know we're getting is the Zelda movie. I'm expecting another trailer on this, and probably a small section at the beginning of the Direct on Zelda's 40th anniversary. We're also getting the third-party Nintendo exclusive FromSoft game, The Duskbloods, which I expect a trailer on, as we know that is releasing later this year. Now, some general things that I expect to get from this Direct is I think we're getting a new IP. Now, back when the Switch was first released, we got Season 1 to Switch and a bunch of new IPs, also Splatoon on the Wii U, and I feel like we don't have a lot of things on the Nintendo Switch 2 yet. We did get Dragon Drive, which utilized mouse mode, but I expect us to get a little bit more there. In fact, I'm going to put on the bingo board just a mouse mode game, or something that will utilize mouse mode and make a better reason for those Switch 2 features that we don't really have a use for yet. Also, some general stuff I expect us to get is new Amiibo. Amiibo are less popular than they used to be, but I do expect us to get some announced with recent games. I also expect us to get new Joy-Con colors. I don't know if this will be announced in the Direct or not, but I think it's pretty safe. I also think we will get some kind of new accessory for the Switch 2, whether we get a new camera or just something alongside the Switch 2, like a controller or something, some new accessory. I'm also expecting us to get a Switch 2 bundle for one of the new games announced, kind of like what happened with Mario Kart World and Pokemon Legends ZA, where it was discounted and you get the game digitally and the Switch 2 bundled together. I'm also expecting us to get some kind of DLC for any game, as well as a Switch 2 edition of a game that we have on Switch 1. As it's been a while since we got the last one, being, I believe, Super Mario Wonder with the meetup at Bella Bella Park. I'm also expecting some third-party representation. If I had to predict a specific third-party game, I do see the possibility of getting something on Minecraft Dungeons 2. I know that will be coming to Switch. I don't think we're going to get much, as most of that will be revealed in future Minecraft Lives, but it's a possibility that we mention it, if we do have some kind of third-party segment. Now, talking more about the games, some games that I think we have possibilities of getting, especially with the mouse mode, Super Mario Maker 3. I think it is very likely that we could get this game, along with the possibility of getting a Xenoblade 4, and also Luigi's Mansion 4. I have heard that this game is in development, and releasing on Halloween would be perfect. I also expect us to get some indie game announcement. We have a lot coming to Switch 2, and I feel like a lot aren't out yet, so possible that we have a showcase on a game like that, or maybe they'll save something like that for an indie Direct later down the line. Also expecting some DLC specifically for Mario Kart World, as it is around the 1 year anniversary and we haven't really gotten any update for that, so I'm putting DLC/update, something for that. For the other DLC, we'll just count any other game besides the Switch 2 editions and the Mario Kart World. Now, some big games that I think we might get is obviously everyone is looking at Animal Crossing, 3D Mario, and Smash 6. Now, I think Animal Crossing is the least likely, as it usually comes out middle of the console generation, looking at 2020 for New Horizons. Given how much copies New Horizons sold, being 50 million on Switch during the lockdown, I think it's possible that we do get that as being a big system seller. So now the Switch 2 has a lot of good games, but we're missing a really big system seller that we're going to need to be released late 2027, or honestly, even late this year, to really get more Switch 2 sales. My personal favorite would be a Smash 6 announcement. I don't think we're getting this until 2028, maybe late 2027, but I would imagine for Smash 6 we would have a larger marketing cycle, as we would need to get character reveals kind of at every future Nintendo Direct, so I could see them announcing this earlier. I'm also going to put that we are getting a custom Switch 2. Kind of like how we got special Zelda or Splatoon Switch 2s or Pokemon, and I'm expecting that one of the new games announced will have like a custom skin like Switch 2 made for that. And finally, I am predicting a 2028 game. One of the games revealed, likely a Smash 6 if hopefully we get that, or possibly a 3D Mario, or some big thing that won't be releasing until early 2028, but will be shown here to really get hype for the Switch 2. So like I mentioned earlier, we will need a big game. Now let's go ahead and shuffle our bingo board around. Alright, now we have the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake as our free space, obviously that being the most likely thing. I think that's pretty much guaranteed to be in this Direct. Now in the comments below, let me know which games you think or hope to see in this Nintendo Direct, what you're excited for. Have a great rest of your day. Sincerely, Switch.